built a Maserati.
Our golfers have been hitting a lot of drivers over the past few years, but now it's time for a different type of driving in the form of exclusivity and comfort through Maserati. Welcome Brian van Blerk. He is of course the National Corporate Manager for Maserati South Africa. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you, Michaela, for having us.
So now you speak about the trident, which is of course the symbol of Maserati, and when I see the trident I just think of power. Is your involvement with the PinkStig a way of giving power back to the players?
Oh, definitely. You know, our brand stands for exclusivity and the power behind the brand itself. And there's an alignment between female golfing going into the future. You know, there's a lot of exclusivity involved in golf. And we as a brand are associating ourselves with female golfing, or women golfing, sorry. And we believe that it's the right association to have. So yeah, fantastic opportunity for us.
They say choose your friends wisely, and I think you've made a very good choice in the form of women's golf. So Maserati, it started off in Italy, it's branched out to over 61 countries. What makes Maserati so perfect for the South African market?
Well, South Africans really have adapted or accepted the Maserati brand over the years. So Maserati has been around here for many years. The reason why we have really focused on the South African market in the way that we have over the last few months is that we see the opportunity and the growth in the market over here. We believe that our brand has got an exclusive positioning in the marketplace, but our brand really offers exclusivity, but it also offers the power behind a brand. And our competitor brands don't offer both of those. We offer both of those, and we believe that the South African market really is adapting to that strategy and understanding of the brand and accepting that. So it's a fantastic opportunity again for us. Yeah.
They say that you need a man behind any team, and the man starting it off for us is Dirian Mehta. He's one of the co-founding members of the UniMedia Pro team here today. Thank you for chatting to us, Dirian. I know
Pleasure.
Everyone's running around from UniMedia making sure that this book launch does the book of Sally Little justice. Why did you get involved with telling the story of Sally Little?
I met Sally in November 2014 at the GPI. Gary Play introduced Sally and I. And we just clicked. We looked at each other's eyes and stars, and in 30 minutes we were sharing tears about the value of mothers, the value of women, and we're in difficulties where the women stand up as a backbone to the family. And my DNA, what I am today, is through my mother, and what value she gave me, and riding life through challenges and being visionary. And that's when I met Sally, and I said, your story needs to be told. That was in November 2014. 7 months later, nearly 13, 14 months ago, she called and said, okay, I'm ready to trust you to write my book and put a team together. We said, when we touch this thing, we're going to do it professionally, do it top notch, and it's going to be an inspiration for Sally's story to be told.
Now, when I think Maserati, I think distinctive, I think dynamic, and I think attention demanding. And I think the same thought process when I consider our female golfers. They are distinctive in their game, dynamic in their style, and attention demanding with the level of talent that they possess. So I can think of no better partnership between female golfers than with the Maserati brand. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Corporate Manager of Maserati, Brian van Blerk.
Thank you, Michaela. I think tonight has been inspiration for me being here tonight and listening to the story of Sally again after Bull Valley, and sitting and listening to Sally talk and looking across the hall and looking at the family on the other side. I saw a lot of emotion with regards to some of the pictures that came up, and clearly there's a lot of work behind the scenes, you know, in terms of what happened in your life, getting to where you are today. And I think we need to acknowledge that, you know, so there's a lot of emotions involved. And when Maserati was approached at the very first time and said, would we like to get involved with women golf, it was something that we looked at and said, well, that's something different. We're definitely not a brand that is the norm and the mass. We do things differently, and we believe in things that should be different. And therefore we've decided as a company to support this initiative with Sally and also with UniMedia, with the efforts that they've put in making this a worthwhile exercise going forward. As Talks mentioned earlier, it's about change. How do we do things differently? So it's all up to us. It's all up to the decision makers that sit here today in terms of the message we send out when we go out into the fields where we work on a daily basis, and deciding in terms of what is our contribution going to be to the future of women's golf in South Africa. And when we did a bit of research, we clearly acknowledged what Ron said earlier with regards to the growth of golf for women in the world. It's a massive growth factor, and we ourselves again acknowledge that and say we want to be part of that. So we definitely understand passion. I think you saw out of the video that we showed in our brand, that's what we stand for. And in South Africa, similar to the initiative that is taking place here today, we as Maserati have also taken a very different stance in the market in terms of being a standalone business and going out into the market and putting forward something that's going to be different. But there's a lot of passion and hard work that goes into that, like any business, like anybody else. So from our side, Sally, this is your evening, and we acknowledge the efforts that you've done. I'm Sally's stick, by the way. I drive Sally, and I take her home, and I pick Sally up. So nobody gets past that.
She's scared to drive that machine.
Don't be, I'll show you. So the reality from our side is that we're honoured to be here tonight. We salute you, Sally, for all the efforts that you've put in till now. And we acknowledge the fact, all the hardships that you've been through and what you've done and achieved in your life. And also for UniMedia for putting this together, this initiative. It's a superb effort from your side. And we acknowledge you also for that. So from our side, Maserati salutes this effort, and we're all in support for taking this forward. Thank you.
Built a Maserati.